Greetings and salutations, my fellow Lars players. Today I would like to share some gameplay between me and another Lars player. I tried to do a frame-by-frame breakdown of like what I was doing and pausing in between frames and just trying to, be very, very precise with how I broke down this gameplay. But it really didn't work out the way I intended it to. So instead, I'm just going to post this mirror gameplay and tell you to look out for a couple of things. Look at the way I respond to whiffs versus the way he responds to whiffs. Look at what I do when I block a move that's heavily minus versus what he does when he blocks a move that's heavily minus. I'm going for mix-ups, I'm going for running threes, I'm going for hell sweeps. Every time it's my turn, I take my turn. I don't just, jab or something or do a down forward one. I fully take my turn when it's my turn. So hopefully you enjoy the video and maybe you learn something. I will also be commenting on some very important moments in the set. So if you want to see or hear more than in gameplay, there will be a little bit of a dissection within this as well. So stick around for some of that. You see how this dude just starts off with a down back 4 into a sidestep 2? That's literally a purposeless, frame. Like, there's no reason to ever do that. You're after down back 4, you're literally +5. Your opponent is crouching. It's time for you to take the offensive. You don't sidestep. You go into a down forward 2. You go for a full crouch mix-up, or maybe even like a timing-based mix-up. You don't do a sidestep 2. There's no real benefit to you in that particular situation.
Round 2. Fight. KO. Round 3. Fight. KO. Round 4. Fight.
As you can see here, I started off with a full crouch down forward 2, which isn't necessarily a optimal round starter, but considering I've been doing like evasive backwards orbitals where I just like block when the round starts, I chose to vary my opening move, and doing that can really give you some serious momentum if you guess right, especially if you condition them by doing some really crazy stuff in the very beginning of the round. But of course, the safest option is always to like backdash or sidestep to just get out of the majority of opening attacks. So just keep that in mind. Safeness is the best policy, but a little bit of wildness pays off here and there. Now this part right here is something I really love. We're neck and neck, we're going back and forth, and out of nowhere I start to pull out the wall running threes and start to kind of change the gameplay flow a little bit. Because after wall running 3, you cannot interrupt down 2. You can only trade with it, and you're going to be flat on your face if you do. So if I hit wall running 3, down 2 is guaranteed. And if it connects, if he tries to step me or if he tries to block low, I can just do it again, because after down 2 hits, you're plus 8. So you can just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. If they duck, they get hit. If they sidestep, they get hit. If they attack, they get hit. If they block, they're -0, and I'm kind of in a more advantageous position than them. Not by a lot, but -0 and you're crouching and your opponent is towering over you. Not a fun position to be in. So friends, please use down 2. It is a very good move. It's not broken good, but it's strong. Use it.
Fight. KO. Round 2. Fight. KO. Round 3. Fight.
See, right after Lars does his forward 4-3 +4 slide thingy, Lars is only +1 despite being -16 on block. And when you're only +1 as a Lars player, you don't have a million options, you know. So you're going to either do a jab or a down forward 1 to capitalize on that offense. And since he had such a large health lead on me, I wasn't really, I'm pretty sure he was going to continue with his offense. So I sidestep right to his weak side, dodging both one jab or a potential down forward 1, and then I launch him. I mean, it's not rocket science. Anybody can like sidestep launch, but it's just kind of knowing when and knowing what your opponent's options are in particular situations. And since I know Lars, I knew that he would want a jab or punch or something. And I did the proper evasive move to turn the tide in my favor.
Round 1. Fight. Fight.
Full crouch down forward 2 into full crouch down forward 2 is a legit strat, guys. Use it.
KO. You win.
こちらは片付いてる。